A better route. Chapter 73. Naruto couldn't believe it. How are you guys here? Minato chuckled. I designed the seal so that if you ever let loose more than 8 tails of power I would appear, and if you ever tried to take full control of the Kobir your mother would appear. When you loosened the seal and started the tug of war with the big fox here, it caused the two of us to come at the same time. Sadly it only works once, but it's better than nothing. It's good to see you again, buddy. Kushina gave a mock pout. You got to see him twice and I only get to see him once. That's not fair. Naruto raised an eyebrow. How did you know about that? Kushina could see he was very confused. We've been able to see everything you see thanks to the seal. Don't worry though, I don't watch you and Hinata. That was one thing Naruto was very grateful for. There was still one thing Naruto was confused on. Why did the tug of war thing stop? Kushina explained, it's another part of the seal. Basically it cuts you off from whatever you're doing that involves the Kyuubi's chakra. The Kyuubi was screaming in the background, you too. What the fuck are you doing here? Minato rolled his eyes. Did you not hear me and my wife? I knew you were an ass, but I didn't know you were deaf. The Kyuubi glared at him. You dare to insult me? Minato gazed cage. Sorry, but my son's trying to work with you and you just keep blowing him off. The Kyuubi wanted to rip the three of them to shreds. You're all just like the rest of them. You'll take my power and leave me in this cage to rot. I'll never give you or anyone else my power. Kushina rolled her eyes. Right. Anyways, it's so amazing to finally meet Naruto. Naruto started to smile. You're my mom, this awesome. Man, your hair is so beautiful. I wash mine was that color. Kushina laughed. You're the second person to say that to me. Naruto had a feeling he knew who the first one was. Let me guess, the other one was Dad? Kushina gave her husband a small kiss on the cheek. Yes, he was. Naruto slowly walked over and gave the two of them a hug. He never thought he'd get see the two of them together. You guys look just like you do in the picture Uncle Obito gave me. Kushina hugged him back. You've been happy with them, haven't you? We might be able to see what you see, but we have no idea how you're feeling. Naruto nodded. They're my family. I don't know what I'd do without them. Minato really wanted to catch up with his son, but he had to say before they did, Naruto, I'm proud of what you're doing here. You've stopped at nothing to make sure that those around you are safe. Facing down the Kyuubi by yourself, now that takes guts. Kushina agreed. I never even considered actually learning how to train with my tailed beast. What you're doing here is incredible, Naruto. Naruto was almost in tears at his parents praising him like that. He'd had dreams about this before, but never had he thought the dreams could come true. He asked them, do you think maybe you could tell me some stories about you guys and the rest of the family? I wanna feel like I know who my parents are. Kushina was happy to. Of course we can, sweetie. Whatever you want to know. They spent what seemed like hours talking and telling stories. Many of them about how Kushina and Minato had met and how they feel in love. Others about Obito and things that happened while Minato was training them. Naruto hung on to every single word they said. There was no real sense of time where they were at, but they all knew it would end eventually. Kushina could feel herself getting weaker and Minato could as well. Naruto could see what was happening and recognized it from when his father had been forced to leave the first time. Please, can't you guys just stay a little longer? I don't want to have to watch you leave again. Naruto reached out to hold them, but their bodies were fading too fast. Kushina whispered to him, it's okay, Naruto. You can let us go. Minato's voice could barely be heard. You've come farther than I ever could have imagined. We believe in you, Naruto. You're going to change things for the better. That was that last thing Naruto heard before they faded away. As much as it pained him to watch them leave, He knew he had things he had to do. The Kyuubi taunted in the background, "What's wrong? Did mommy and daddy have to leave? And here I thought I was fighting a ninja. Looks like I got some little kid who still needs his parents to hold his hand instead." Naruto gave the Kyuubi a hard glare. "You're fighting a ninja all right. A ninja's who's about to kick your ass." The Kyuubi slammed his hand on the ground and laughed menacingly, "Bring it on, Kit." Naruto loosened the seal once again and the tug of war raged on. The red and blue chakras began to battle one another for dominance. The Kyuubi was amazed at how much better the kid was doing this time. Ramping up the power as much as he could, the Kyuubi tried to finish off Naruto. However, Naruto wasn't going to let that happen. His parents believed in him and a lot of people were counting on him. He wasn't going to lose this fight. Naruto took a deep breath and gave one last big pull on the Kyuubi chakra. "I just want to say that I tried to work with you." The Kyuubi scoffed, "Please, you can't." The blue chakra began to overtake the red. "That's not possible, this can't be." Naruto told him, "As long as those I care about are on the line, I'm not gonna lose." The Kyuubi let out a scream even greater than his siblings had as the blue chakra surrounded him and the world around him began to disappear. The moment Naruto walked out, Killer Bee started yelling, yeah. 3 for 3 baby. That's how you do it, yo. Best sensei ever right here." Naruto smirked, "Having the best students ever help too, you know." Bee laughed, "Well said, Nino. Now we can bump up your training, yo." All of them were excited to go to the next level. "Awesome, what are we gonna do?" Bee didn't have time to explain it all to them, but he said, "We're gonna see just what makes your tailed beast special, man. That's the plan. Each one of them can do the other can't. 8-0 can make ink faster than you can blink. Sandman's sand is an example too, yo, and so's Fu's wing thing. Can't wait to see what you can do, Naruto. I'm sure my mind will be blown." Naruto really liked the idea of having his own cool trick from the Kyuubi. "Speaking of which, hey Bee-sensei, what happens to the tailed beasts now?" Bee shrugged, "They're still in there, you've just got their power now. You just upped their rent to 100%. Naruto was actually kind of happy about that. He really wanted to get the Kyuubi to trust him, partially because it would make things easier and partially because he wanted to know what made him so untrusting in the first place. The Raikage sat in his office thinking over his options on what to do about Yujito. There was no trace of her anywhere at the moment, leaving him little to no options. Just as he was about to ponder being forced to declare her dead, a ninja burst into the room. "Sir, Yujito-san's been found." Broke into a massive grin, "That's great. What happened?" "The ninja must have ran there because he was panting. We're not sure, we just found her a few hours ago. There is one problem though." The Raikage didn't see how there could be a problem in this situation. "What is it?" The ninja finally stopped panting and said, "Her tailed beast is gone. We no longer have the 2 tails in our possession." Tried to piece this together in his head. Wait, if they were successful in extracting the tailed beast, then how is Yujito still alive? The ninja wasn't sure he would believe this. "It looked like she'd been given medical attention, sir. Apparently someone made sure that she survived the process." The Raikage didn't understand any of this. It wasn't like the Akatsuki to save someone's life like that. Just what in the hell was going on here? Obito had been waiting for over an hour for Jiraiya to arrive. He'd set him a scroll that said to meet him here and all the information he'd gathered, although he'd made sure to leave out the part about Kakashi. That was something he didn't want Rin or anyone else in the village knowing just yet. Besides, him defecting wasn't for sure yet. The only they knew for sure is that Kakashi was with the Akatsuki and that Haiden said he was a member. It wasn't completely out of the question that Haiden had been putting on an act. Obito knew that the signs pointed to Kakashi joining the Akatsuki, but he just wasn't ready to accept it. That was still on his mind when Jiraiya finally got there. Hey Obito, what's so important that I had to meet you so soon? Obito really wasn't sure what to say this. He made sure Sasuke was still resting under a tree and couldn't hear him before he said, "It looks like Kakashi is indeed with the Akatsuki, in fact Haiden even claimed that he's joined them." Jiraiya's jaw dropped. That doesn't even make sense, they've got no reason to have him join. Unless... Obito had asked, unless what? Jiraiya started to go over things in his head. They might be banking on his Sharingan becoming powerful enough to take control of the tailed beasts. It'd be a long way to go, but it might be worth it to them. Obito had to admit, there was actually some logic in that. Still there was one thing on his mind, okay, but why on earth would he join them? Itachi suggested, perhaps it was the stress of losing Ino? It could have made him very easily manipulated. Obito suddenly remembered what Inoichi had told him. At Ino's funeral her father told me that losing Ino basically caused his whole world to come crashing down around him. He must have been ripe for the Akatsuki's picking. This is all my fault, I should have been there for him. Jiraiya put his hand on Obito's shoulder. You were in the middle of one of most important treaties the Leafs ever signed. Even then you were there for Kakashi as much as you could be. Obito wasn't going to feel better about this. While I disagree with you on that one, we don't have time to argue. What we need do now is go and kick the shit out of the Akatsuki. Jiraiya asked, you know why they are? Obito held up a scroll. Oh, we know where they are, all right. This is a list of every base they've got. Jiraiya cracked his knuckles. Oh, this is gonna be fun.